For the evening is Sydney Terry.
Yeah!
Love you, Sid!
Her piece is entitled Boxes.
Woo! Go, baby, go. Go!
God is my all and all.
It's 7:03 a.m., February 3rd, 2007, about half an hour before I have to go to school. Well, we go to school. Mama's the principal. Yes, it is just as bad as it sounds. Every morning, our school has this AM hymnal book, and every morning, Headmaster Lane chooses a song and a singer. And as the daughter to the principal of such a fine institution, you can only imagine how many times I've been chosen. Not because my vocals are all there, but because her vocals are there. An alum of my school as well, Mama has been the lead soloist, pianist, and eventually choir director before she chose to head the whole thing altogether. It's pretty crazy what's expected of you just because your parents make certain choices. Mama is perfect. I don't mean that in a Mother's Day poem kind of way. I mean that woman is crystal clear perfect. She can recite the Bible front to back and back to front again. You would think she was the King of Nazareth himself, the way the school praises her. For her accolades, no. For her many years of academic training, no. For her 30-year commitment to the school, no. We all look up to Mama because Mama waited. On August 29th, 1977, my mama walked through those doors and received a box just like this one. They gave her the speech they give everyone. Many years ago, God created man. Then he created woman. God created man out of his own image so he could always spot him, but he wanted a way to know which of the women were his. So he gave them each a closed box. Eugenia, this here's your box. It's the one thing for the rest of your life you'll own and control. It has a direct influence on your destiny, so keep it closed and attached right at your hip. No one can touch it unless you let them. Understood? Now, I don't know what it was about that speech or maybe the inflection, but my mama got the fear of God in her and kept her box closed. A choice. And honestly, if you think about it, nobody's business. The problem is everyone else that year, for one reason or another, chose to open their boxes, leaving my mama as the last one standing.
Nona,
Yes, Mama.
how come I don't hear you preparing your scriptures?
Sorry, Mama.
It's a practice. This world is not your home, and if you want to meet your maker, you need to at least have his word in you. Now read.
Deuteronomy 22, verse 13 through 21. If any man takes a wife and goes into her and then hates her and charges her without cause and says, I took this woman, but when I approached her, I did not find with her the evidence of a closed box, then the young woman's father and her mother shall bring out the evidence of her box to the elders of the city at the gate where court is held. And they shall open the box before the elders of the city. Then the elders of that city shall take the man and reprimand him because he publicly defamed a lady of Israel. But if this charge is true that the evidence of a closed box was not found with the young woman, then they shall bring her out to the doorway of her father's house, and the men of that city shall stone her to death because she committed a deliberate sin by playing the prostitute in her father's house. Here's the thing about convincing a person to wait. You could lie. Courtesy of my mother, our school's new mission statement reads, Phi Alexander Christian Academy accepts only the brightest of young women, period, spacebar, those with beautiful past, spacebar, and promising futures, period, spacebar. We here cultivate young women with closed boxes, period, spacebar, young ladies who know to leave their value on their mind and their boxes at their side, period. Playing the prostitute in her father's house. Playing the prostitute in her father's house. Just because she chose to open her box? That's something I'm learning. Not everybody is like Mama. Mama's the outlier. Mama chose to keep her box closed. But there are some of us who just want to open our boxes. I mean, how could you be locked to a closed box for your whole life, or maybe just the first 16 years of your life, and not be dying to see what it looks like inside? What if it's beautiful in there? Here's 2 lines I wrote in my journal my first year at the school. I don't want to end existing and go straight to hell, so I wait. Therefore, my existence feels like hell while I wait. In these laws, is there no room for our innate curiosity?
Rhoda.
Yes, Mama. Deuteronomy chapter 22, verse 13 through 21. If any man takes a wife and goes into her and then hates her and charges her and says, I think I disagree.
Excuse me?
Nothing, Mama. I think I disagree. Mama always says, acknowledge the Lord in all your ways. Which I do. She says, he didn't sacrifice all that just for you to up and disobey him. Which I try not to do. I'm okay with sacrifice. I mean, if my Creator could lay down his own life just so I can try my hardest to do something with mine, then by all means, of course. But this school is asking me to stay hooked to something I'm not even allowed to explore. And I think I deserve to know why. Why is it that whether or not I choose to open this box early determines my destiny? And what is early? Am I really that feeble of a human being that all which controls my future can fit inside this box? And why is it that boys are not expected to walk around with these same closed boxes? My school expects me to stay chained to something I'm not even allowed to explore. My school expects me to stay chained to a box I'm not even allowed to